What is a mighty network is a great question being asked by many people as mighty networks becomes more popular. In this video, you'll see what a mighty network is and get to know some of the benefits for members of a mighty network. I'm Marcia Chadley with the Creative Life Center, and I enjoy demystifying technology so that you can feel comfortable connecting online. Mighty Networks is one of the tools that I use myself. I help other people be able to use it. I'm also an affiliate for the Mighty Networks because I really enjoy what they're doing and how they're doing it. In a nutshell, a Mighty Network is a website built using the Mighty Networks platform. When you enter a particular Mighty Network, you're entering into an online space, a website that was created and hosted and managed using the Mighty Networks platform. Mighty Networks bring together community and content, courses, learning in a new and unique way. But why would someone bother? Why would a host of a network bother learning how to do all this? And why would they want their community to have to learn a new platform and new ways of navigating rather than use something existing? You could use Teachable for courses. You can use Facebook to get groups together. You can use WordPress for websites. Why bother to learn this new tool? One of the advantages to using a Mighty Network over other platforms is that it brings the courses and the community together in one space in a really nice way that allows for great interaction between members and between the hosts and the members. You don't have to go to the Facebook group for community interaction and say Teachable for the courses. Not only is everything in one space, but it's also accessible through the web browser and an app. Mighty Networks has a free app that lets you access Mighty Network, the courses and the interaction there from your phone or your tablet, both iOS and Android. The Mighty Network is also a step away from social media. You don't have to worry about distractions popping up when you go to interact with your community. You're only going to be seeing things about that community and the course that you're taking. And there are no ads. Mighty Network doesn't do ads. There's no data mining of your personal information and your interaction. The host of your Mighty Network also has more control over what you see. If you post something in a Facebook group, you don't really know who's going to see it. In a Mighty Network, you can make sure that everybody in the network can see it, or a specific group of people in the network can see it. Who pays for all of this then? If it's not ads, that's how Facebook makes its money, through ads. Mighty Network is not using ads. How does Mighty Network support this development? The host of a Mighty Network, the person who has set up and is hosting you in their Mighty Network, is the one who pays the Mighty Network platform. They pay to have the tool to create the Mighty Network that they're using and to have it be hosted, have that information be stored. In turn, the host of a Mighty Network is able to charge for their network. They can charge a membership fee for the whole network. They can charge a fee to get into specific locations, say a specific course. And that's all very flexible and something that the person who sets up the network can control. And you will know when you get into a specific network what is charged for and what is free, what is public. Mighty Networks are flexible. They can be configured in different ways to meet different desires and needs. They can be set up like websites, online communities and community websites, online learning or e-classes or live classes. They can be used for virtual events, even virtual conferences. The host of a Mighty Network has choices to make, and they can set up the Mighty Network in the way that they want. So when you enter a specific Mighty Network, you're going to see some things that are familiar and common between all Mighty Networks and some that are a little different. It's like looking at two different websites. You know about websites, there'll be some different pages. You can look for menus, about us, contact us pages, and find your way around. That's what it's like when you are inside one Mighty Network and then you go to another. There'll be some touchstones that make you feel familiar and know how to do things and some new areas to explore. So a little bit later in this video, I'm going to show you around a couple of different specific Mighty networks, help you know how to log in and move around a little bit to get comfortable. Mighty networks are focused around community, around connection between and with the members in the network. There's some different things that you can do when you're inside a Mighty network. There are areas for connection and interaction, both in the full group and in subgroups, also private chat. There's information that can be shared from either the host of the network to everybody in the network or between members of the network. There are spots for learning, for courses. You can have live learning and you can have e-learning that people are self-directed and doing on their own. Then there are also events, event listings, and event calendars. You can think of a Mighty network as a building with different rooms in it. So let's take a look at some of the different rooms that the host of a network, the person who creates it, is able to pick and choose from in order to architect the building that they want. The host of the network also gets to choose what goes inside each room, so does a bit of interior designing. The common area that all Mighty networks have is called the home area. And this is where you are when you first enter the Mighty network. So you can think of it as having an entrance door, and once you're in there, the whole group, all of the members of the network are able to be in there. Can interact with each other in different ways depending on what the host enables. Can do posting and comments, have conversations. There can be events in this area. And there's also access to other areas, other rooms in the network. The second set of rooms are called groups. A group is like a small version of a mini network. It can have conversations and interaction. It can have events, but they happen within a subset of the full membership to support maybe special interests, different ability levels, or breakout sessions in a conference. There's a third kind of room that can be added in, and that's a course room. The course room can have additional learning material. It still has the conversations, it still has the events, and it's a subset of the larger community. Groups and courses have their own entrances from the main area, and those entrances can be private or public. They also might have a membership fee associated with them. The host of the Mighty network is able to choose which of these kinds of rooms they want to put together and how many of them they want to use. They can also rename groups and courses. So groups might be called circles or resources. Courses might be called programs or experiences or any other name that the host of the network wants to use. There's also some other areas of the network not shown on this slide. There's member profiles and categories. There's the chat feature, notifications, and each member can set up their own notifications, how they want to receive them and what they want to hear about. And there's topics that can be used to organize the conversation and the information presented. I'm going to use my Mighty network as an example to show you how to join a Mighty network and how to sign back in if you've already joined and you're already a member. Now in my case, I have created a public Mighty network, so the home area, that main part, is publicly accessible and anybody can get in and read it. That's why there's this Explore button down here. So if you don't want to join a network and you see the Explore button, all you have to do is click that and you're inside and ready to look around. Let's go back and let me show you how to join. Before we get there, take a look up here in the browser. You can see here is the URL to get to the Mighty network. So if someone's invited you to a Mighty network, they may have given you the URL to put into your browser like this. I'll also show you how to get into the Mighty network using the phone app in just a little bit. So I've used that URL to get to this landing page. I want to join the Mighty network because I'm not a member of the Creative Life Center neighborhood yet. Click the join button. I can join using Google, Facebook, LinkedIn, or Apple. I can also make my own account using my name, email address, and a password. And once I do that, I use the next button up here, I get signed in. If you're already a member, then you click sign in instead of join, enter your email and you'll be prompted for your password. Here's a Mighty network that is not a public network. It's a paid network, one that you pay for a membership to get inside. So it's a little different. There's no Explore button up here. There's a Choose a Plan and a Sign In. So if you're already a member, you're just going to click Sign In and go ahead and sign in like we talked about in the example of my network. Otherwise, you're going to want to choose a plan. Now, I could either hit this button or I can scroll down here, read all about what's happening, and choose a plan down here at the bottom. In this case, on Paint Through It, you have a free community membership. You just have to press Access, or you can pay for a monthly fee and you get more classes and things associated with that. So if I click Access, it's going to take me to the same kind of creating an account with name, email, address, and password, or these other options. You can see here it's free. After I sign in and be walked through this, I'll be able to enter the network. This is another public Mighty network. In this case, it's actually run by the Mighty Networks platform for the hosts of Mighty Networks. It's also a public one, so I can get in and just explore. And what I want to do is show you especially this left navigation pane. This is how you're going to get around inside any Mighty network. It will have a left navigation pane if you're inside the browser. When you first enter the Mighty network, you're in the home area. You can see that up here. That's your activity feed area where you're going to be seeing posts. And down this side are other pages that you can explore. I particularly want you to see here's groups. They don't have any groups yet in this network, and courses. So here's some of the courses that they have in this network. So if you remember, these are the 3 rooms that we talked about might be in a Mighty network. The home area, the groups, if there were any groups, they'd be here, and the courses. Once you're inside my network and you see the left-hand navigation here, you won't see groups and courses because I've renamed groups to be resources. So if I click resources, you're going to see the list of those that I have inside my Mighty networks. If you're going to go inside one, you click on that and you're inside. You can see different things here about Mighty networks, tips and techniques that are available for you. I go back to the network level and I want to look at programs, which is what I've renamed courses to. And here you can see the different programs in my network. Using the Mighty Network app is a great way to move around between Mighty networks because it remembers the networks you're already logged into and lets you log into new ones. So if I open up my Mighty Networks app by touching it, it's going to open up in the last network that I was inside. If I touch the 3-line menu in the upper left, it's going to take me back to the navigation pane for that network, and then I touch Switch Networks. These are all the networks that I've been in, and the app keeps me logged in. So I can move back and forth between them easily in the app. If I'm in the browser, I'm going to have to put in the URL or use my bookmark and then log back in. If I want to log into a new one, I touch the plus, say Find a Mighty Network, the search, and let's look for the Creative Life Center neighborhood. There we go. I saw it right here. If I touch that, it's going to take me in either to create an account, or if I already have an account, all I have to do is sign in. And now I'm coming in. Takes me back to wherever I was and coordinates things between the online browser and the phone app. Now that you know more about what a Mighty Network is, I hope you have lots of fun joining Mighty Networks and enjoying the courses and the interaction available to you.